Sorry, everybody. Trying to get my phone set up and it's not working. Sorry. You with me still? All right, I think I'm ready to get started. I've adjusted this as much as I can for now. How's everybody doing tonight? On this very gloomy, everybody doing on this very gloomy evening. It's Tiffany with Ready, Set, Create, and I am here to do a live process video with you. So thanks for joining me. It's, just been a gloomy, rainy week, and today I was like, I feel like doing some crafting when I get home. So I thought I'd set up a live and do a little playing in the craft room. I am going to be using the new Wonderful Day collection. I haven't even opened it up, so this is my chance to kind of go through it and show you everything that's in here. This is a great, very neutral collection to just use for really anything. Everyday photos would be great for heritage things. Would be beautiful with black and white or sepia tone photos. So the front cover sheet will show you everything that you have. And I always save these to use as scrap paper. I save them, with my collection for a while, so I know what's in here, but then I'll just save it as scrap paper. And then this has a nice scripty, you can't make out any of the words, so that's nice. It's just like a nice script on the cream. Oh, and then a black and white. Love those. This beautiful old ledger paper, which I love a good ledger, and then this really nice subtle background. It's kind of looks like clouds, and then we have this nice kind of geometric print, and the other side is just like a nice, almost like a chalkboard look to it. Then we have this gray kind of stone marble look, and the other side has tan and cream stripes. And then we have this nice gray, has kind of a silver tone to it. And then this brown fleur-de-lis on the other side. Oh, and there's another one still. Okay, so now we've got this gray and white sort of diagonal. And then this brown. So a lot of nice patterns here. Very subtle that you can kind of use for whatever. So I'm going to use these tonight. I also have the Wonderful Day letters that I'm going to use. And I have the new Square Link Chain Border Maker cartridge that I'm going to use as well. So let's see. I'm going to set this stuff aside. And I'm working in my Happy Album. So I already cut 2 pieces of paper, and these are the other side of an old cover, the cover set from an old collection. I have trimmed these to be 10 by 6 3/4 so that they will fit in my Happy Album. This is the Happy Album that I've been working on. It is chock full, so I just got a new one to start working on the rest of 2024, because this is January through June of 2024. I have a lot more to do. So I just got another album, so I'll have 2 to work on. But I've really been enjoying working on that size album, and I think maybe I'll do a show and tell maybe Sunday night with what I've done so far in the album. So this is the size of the page that I'm working with, and these are the photos that I have. I have just one of me and my niece and my kids, and then I have so that'll be on this side, and then this is my daughter and I blueberry picking the same day, but we went blueberry picking, and then that night we met for dinner. So they don't go together, but I don't need a 2-page spread of these, and I only have 1 photo of this, so they're going to be next to each other in the album, so I figured I would do it all in 1 page together. So I'm going to first trim my photos, and I have the new photo trimmer, which I am loving. Really super sharp. I like that it's a little bit bigger size. So if you have larger things to cut, but it's this nice guillotine style if you like that for photos. I printed these on my Canon Selphy, so they come with perforated edges already. But I do need to trim this. There's a little bit of a white edge on this photo, so I'm going to trim that off. And then I did this one as a 4x4. Oops, missed a little bit of the white edge there. So if you didn't grab the photo trimmer, it is sold out right now, but it will be coming back in November. I have 3 in my shop right now. If you're local and you want one, just let me know. Okay, so now I'm going to grab those pattern papers again, and what I want to do is just some horizontal lines on my layout. So I'm going to choose, I think 3 patterns that I would like to use. So I think I'm going to go with, I love that polka dot, and I like the script, so I think I'll do that one. I like this brown and the gray, so I think I'll do that. And then what's the other side of this one? Oh yeah, that's a different gray and a different brown, so I'll do that one too. Okay. There's my 3. And I am going to stack these up because I'm going to use my 12-inch trimmer for this. But CM's designer paper is thin enough that you can stack up papers, and I like to do that just to save myself some time and effort. I'm going to check and make sure I don't need these going in a particular direction. You're just checking the orientation. So because this script is going across horizontally, I want to cut my paper this way so that I get the script going the right way. Even though you can't read it, it would still look strange. So I am just going to do a 1.5 inch strip. So I'm going to move this down to 10.5. Make sure I get it all the way through there. Yep, there we go. Here's my 3 strips. And then I'm going to take those 3 and I'm going to trim them at 6 inches. And I just went over it twice just to make sure that I got all the way through all 3 pieces. Now I keep a little clip on here, a little binder clip, just to keep that from moving around as I move it on my table or if I'm packing it for a crop. Just keeps it from shifting. Okay. So now I'm going to, I'm going to do my border maker. And then I'll start putting my layout together. So I just have a piece of black scrap cardstock here. And I'm going to grab my border maker system. And this new cartridge is the Square Link chain. And that came out a few weeks ago with the Wonderful Day collection. I'm going to pop that in here. And I'm just going to cut a few borders of this in the black. This reminds me a little bit of railroad. I think you could definitely do like a railroad something with this. If you had a kid in your family that was into trains, my son used to be into trains, or if you were taking a train ride, I could see you definitely coming up with something to be train related. With this design. So there's one pass through. I'm going to move my paper over and do it again. I'm using cardstock that is just random cardstock that was in my stash, so I don't know what brand it is, and it's a little bit thicker than I'd like, so it's doesn't cut as smoothly on the border maker. It's still cutting, but it's just, I can tell that it's a little bit too thick. So I'm going to cut out 3 of these to go with my strips. Now this idea is just in my head. You know, sometimes I think, oh, I'm going to try this, and I just sort of plan it out in my head, but I have no idea if this is going to work or not. And sometimes I try it and it turns out it doesn't work. But that's okay, it's just paper, so. All right, let me scoop up my trash and get rid of that. Move these guys out of the way. I tend to be somebody that cleans as I go because I just can't stand the pile up of clutter around me as I'm scrapping. Okay, so my idea was to have my strips going across the layout. So I'm just going to have to oh, maybe I do want more strips actually. I think I at least want 1 more. And then have those going over it. Yeah, I think I'm going to do 1 more stripe of something. I'm going to grab that paper again. I'm just going to do another set of 1.5-inch strips. So I'm at 10.5, so now I'm going to go to 9. Oops, yeah, that didn't go all the way through. That's what happens. I'm trying to cut corners and save time. I didn't line them up that great. Okay, let's stack these. Trim them at 6 inches. Now I have too many, but at least I'll have some to kind of play with. Because I wanted to get that darker color in there too, and I just didn't have enough to do that. So I could do that there. Maybe the polka dot. And the gray. Yeah, I like that better. So I'm going to do the black, then the script, then that brown, then the gray. Okay, so I'm going to stick these all down now. Hi, Diana. Oh, you've been doing a happy album too? I'm really enjoying it. I'm just using it as my everyday album, but I'm really having fun with the smaller size. And I don't have a ton of photos these days because it's just me. My kids are moved out of the house, so you know, sometimes it's just pictures of me. And so it's kind of nice to have a smaller size album. Now I'm going to overlap these a little bit, and I want them to be kind of not all lined up, so I'm going to trim that afterwards. I think actually I'm going to pull up this one. And cut this a little bit. Hi Angel, how are you doing tonight? Everybody enjoying this lovely weather? I am a summer girl. So this is hard for me because fall is just the death of winter. That's how I look at it. So it depresses me. The death of summer. Winter I'm okay with because winter is winter. You know, I know it's coming. I know it's going to be happening. But fall is just like, why? Why do you have to take my summer away? It just makes me so sad. So I have a hard time with fall, and I feel like this year for us in New England, summer just got ripped away from us way too quickly. And change is hard. I don't like it. I like the heat. But I'm okay with winter because I like reading and crafting, and so I'm okay with hibernating and all that. But man, the rain and the cold and the gray, I miss the sun. All right, you can see I have no rhyme or reason. I'm just overlapping these a little bit. I'm not quite lining them up either, but that's okay. And I'm just trimming a little bit off of each one, not each one, but just so they're not completely lined up perfectly. Because if you wanted to line them up perfectly, that's fine, but you just have to be a little bit more intentional about where you're placing them, because you have to line them up perfectly. So I'm not going to do much for embellishments on this layout because it's really going to be just about the background design. And then I'm going to add these borders. So now I'm going to grab my repositionable adhesive and put that on my border. Just going to run that on some of these cubes. They're kind of cubes. And then just see where I would like it to be. That's good. Trim that. I love to use my border maker system, but I often use it a little bit differently. I don't usually make a straight border. I'm usually using it this way as more of an embellishment. So I'm just placing it where I would like, trimming it, and then taking that leftover, putting it on the other side. And I'll do one more. The removable adhesive is nice because it's only sticking to the spots where I wanted to stick. Oh, I ran out. All right, well, I'll just have to be very careful. But normally, removable adhesive is what I like to use for these kinds of projects, because then I can ensure that the adhesive is just sticking down where I want it to. Okay, so there I've got my background. Now I'm going to grab my photos and see how I would like them. I think I want to matte at least that one, and then I will matte that one there. Okay, so I'm going to grab my paper again. Oh, Diana, you do the calendar. That's a nice idea. I was thinking about trying that for 2025 as well. I love that idea. All right, so I'm just going to flip through these patterns and grab one that I didn't use as a background. I think I'm going to do this, where is it? This brown one here. Because this one, honestly, I'm not crazy about. That is a little busy for me. But as a tiny little border, that's fine. Nobody's going to notice that. So I'm going to put this 4x4 down on that paper. Grab my trimmer again. So then I can just mat. I usually like to mat the focal photos and leave the others unmatted. Sorry, did I lose you? I did these photos on Snapchat and I scrolled over until I got the location so that I like to include that when I can, because it kind of types it on there and I think that looks kind of fun. So I have these two here, and then I think this one I will layer over it. Boy, I can tell I haven't done a live in a while. I just feel so out of practice with chatting and getting all my media stuff set up and everything. I have to do this more often. I think now that the weather is changing, I will have more time at home to be crafting. Well, that's what we always tell ourselves, and then other stuff happens, you know. All right, so I'm going to put that one there. Yeah, my phone wanted to send me a message and it froze the live, so sorry about that. Okay, so there. And then this one here, I think I'm going to put my title down here, so I'm going to put that right there. So for my title, I'm going to open up the package of words using my little CM tray that I absolutely love for things like this, because then I can just empty out this package, and I want the word together, which is in here somewhere. I'm just going to dump these out in the tray. And then I can flip through them. Now my other hint for you is when you have a package like this that prints on the back with everything they have, cross off what you've used so that you're not looking for it next time or months from now when you don't remember what you've used. So oh, there it is, found it. There's a lot of great words in here that would be perfect for so many things. Happiness, proud of you, memories, smile. So I think I'll use wonderful day on the blueberry side, and then together I'm going to use on this side. And yeah, I'm going to put that right there. Just going to grab my just little adhesive pen and add a little bit of adhesive onto the back of the word. I'm not going to put it everywhere, but just enough spots so that I know that it will get stuck down. Try not to get this on my fingers because I always end up getting messy with that. And then the together, I used my old Dymo label maker. This is from the 70s. I've had this forever. I used that earlier, and because I knew what I wanted to use together, and then I punched out is the best place to be. So I'm going to peel the backing off if I can. This is always the trickiest part. And then I'm going to trim the excess. This Dymo label maker is like 1,000,000 years old. I have definitely gotten my money's worth out of that one. And then I'm going to put the adhesive on the back of the together word. These are so thin, so just a liquid adhesive. If you have the pen, or if you have the Xyron sticker maker, you could, you know, throw it, run it through your Xyron. That would work too. So I've got that there. And then I'll have a little spot to do my journaling here. I think that this wonderful day does not really show up, so I am going to Angel, I have these coming, so if you want one, let me know. I think I have some, because they are sold out, but I got some, so I will have them for the next crop. So if you wanted one, just let me know and I'll set one aside for you. Or if you need it before then, let me know. So I'm going to just add a little tag under there, because you can't really see Wonderful Day, but that's where I want it. And I am going to do a little fishtail banner, so I just cut a slice right in the center, and then from each corner I go into the center at an angle, and that gives me the little fishtail. No problem, Angel. I will definitely set one aside for you. They're really great. They're so useful for, you know, if you get little packages of embellishments and you don't want to have to dig through. You just dump them out on your little tray and then slide them back in that bag when you're done. All right, so I'm going to just stick this little banner on there over my photo. And then this Wonderful Day is still sticky, so I'm going to stick this back down. Yeah, that's better. Now you can see it. And then I'll just do a little bit of journaling about our blueberry picking day and then about dinner with the kids. And that will be it. I'm going to outline though, because you know that's one of my favorite things. So I'm just going to do a really quick outline with my fine tip Sharpie. And I eyeball this because I'm okay with it being a little bit wonky, as it tends to be when you're eyeballing it. But you could certainly do this with a ruler if you're worried about a steady hand or you want it to be nice and straight. You know, it's one of those things that I've been doing for a long time, and I love just that little tiny extra thing that it adds to a layout. So that's it. So this is, you know, two completely different, I mean, it's the same day, but they're unrelated things. And I didn't match up colors to photos or anything like that, you know, colors of paper to the photos. But I think it still really works. I mean, on this page, it really works because we're wearing the same colors. But this page, the blueberry picking, doesn't. But it's nice because this is going in my happy album. It will be this cohesive layout that kind of goes together. And I'm just going to talk about, you know, now that my kids are grown and out of the house, just kind of loving those little moments of time that we get together. You know, any chance I get to see them is always nice. So thanks, Angel. Yep, perfect. You can get into Devon's. So yeah, thanks so much for joining me. I will be back again soon. I think maybe Sunday night I will try and do a show and tell with my happy album and what I've done so far. And then try to get back into a routine of doing lives because I need to, I haven't done this in a while and I'm out of practice. So I appreciate you hanging in with me tonight and I will see you again soon. Bye everybody.